Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the Humpun Dehumidifier. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So in this box is a Humpun Dehumidifier, just taking a look at the details that's on the box packaging. So there is some information on the box label for the dehumidifier. And now let's go ahead and open up the box by cutting apart the clear sticky seal that's keeping the box securely closed. And let's lift up the box lid and take a look directly inside the box packaging. And let's lift out the contents and set them on the tabletop. And looking directly in the box, we can see the dehumidifier, so just lifting it out from its box packaging. And just checking through to ensure that we've removed all the items from the Humpun Dehumidifier's box packaging. So there we go, emptied out. We can close the box back up. And I'm just going to set it on the side, just setting it on the left-hand side of the table's top. And just spreading the contents from the box packaging across the table so you can have a full and clear look at the details and accessories that come with this Humpun Dehumidifier. Let's take a look at this user manual. So there is a user manual with decently sized print and some specifications shown on the user manual, and on the inside the components as well as the operating instructions as well. So inside and outside of the user manual or instruction manual. Okay, I'm just going to set it down into the side, just setting it on the left hand side of the table as well. And just shifting the dehumidifier to the side and taking a look at this packet here, which appears to be the power adapter or power supply, and it's in a recyclable clear plastic bag, so you can always recycle that later on. And now giving you a look at the power cable with the power adapter. And giving you a much closer in look right there, so you can see all the details and of course the specifications of this British or UK 3-pin power plug, and of course the plug-in of the power supply or power adapter. Okay, and let's undo the cable tie so we have a good look at the length of the cable. So there we go. The length of the power cable, of course slightly kinked, but giving you some idea of its length right there. And one more look at its details. Okay, now just setting the power adapter or power supply to the side and moving right along to the Humpun Dehumidifier itself. Let's slide the recyclable clear plastic bag off the dehumidifier. So now giving you a full and clear look at the dehumidifier before I start handling it. So giving you all perspectives of the dehumidifier. And back to the front, or at least where the screen is with its controls. Okay, and to give you some idea of the size of this dehumidifier, just placing my hand over the top, or what appears to be the carry handle for the dehumidifier, and of course placing it in my palm as well. So it does have a little bit of weight to it, but does feel rather sturdy. And just tapping it on the various parts as well, so you can hear what appears to be the ABS construction of the dehumidifier. And now taking a much closer in look, so we can see that it does have an overall matte finish, and at the front, of course, some controls right below what is the LED screen or display. And there is a 1 litre capacity water tank as well, so you can see through the front all the way into the back. And just taking a look at the bottom of the unit as well. So it does have 4 round silicone feet. And of course taking a look at the back of the unit and giving you a much closer in look, so you can see the vents across the top row, the slats, and of course what appears to be the power socket where the power adapter plugs into, or power supply. And giving you a look at that clear or transparent water tank, and of course taking a look at the side as well. So once again, that matte white finish of this Humpun dehumidifier. And of course top down as well, giving you a look at what should be the outlet vent of the dehumidifier. So to give you some idea, once again, just holding or carrying or lifting the dehumidifier in my hand. And perhaps to give you one more look for some sense of perspective again, but in a different perspective or aspect, just placing my hand over the front of the dehumidifier. And now let's slide out the water tank. If I can do so. Let's just make sure. Just pushing out from the front. And of course giving you a look at the dehumidifier with its water tank removed. So the water tank does have a slightly cloudy look to it, although it is clear. And of course the underside, so giving you a look at the various details once again. Taking a look at the underside or outlet details of the dehumidifier. It's right there. Once again, some more detail. And now just setting that back down and focusing on the water tank itself, so giving you a look at this 1 litre capacity water tank. And of course the underside as well, so there is a grip there to pull the water tank out. And let's see if we can pop off the lid. So the lid does come off completely right there. And once again, just giving you a look at its overall design. As best I can, of course. So once again, it goes one way in, so it sits flush across the top of the water tank. So of course made out of plastic. And let's slide the water tank back in, and we can see, let's see, we know the proper way that it goes in, because we need to align the water outlet with the funnel into the water tank. So very simply it goes in, and just make sure it clicks and sits flush against the body of the dehumidifier. So right there, giving you an overall look. Okay, so now let's plug in the power supply and turn it on. Okay, so with the plug only goes in one way, you can see there is a groove that lines up to the correct orientation into the back of the dehumidifier, and just plugging in the power adapter, and let's flip on the power switch from the main power supply, and you can hear that beep. And now let's turn it on. And to give you some sense of the noise or sound, and it's showing what appears to be the relative humidity at 68%. And let's toggle on the level to give you some sense of the fan noise. Of the dehumidifier. So we can see 3 different levels. The first one indicated with the L, and if we press on the level again, goes to high or H, and then if we tap again, it's showing a crescent moon, indicating sleep or very low power mode. So the sleep mode has the same noise level from what I can detect with my ears with the low power mode. So sleep, low, high or normal. And of course with sleep it blanks out the screen as much as it can with the relative humidity indicator blanking out. Let's turn on the light. Let's press on the light button if we can. So you can see it does struggle a bit with the touch capacitive buttons. Let's press on the level again. Level responds very well, but there we go. Now we have the light or LED integrated light that's built into the dehumidifier, and you can see where the light source is coming out from, and I think that's where it's detected the tip over safety by turning off and with that audible warning sound. Let's turn on the dehumidifier again and toggle through the light modes. So just going to set it down, and of course we started off in the L or low power mode. Let's toggle through with the light button or LED. So you can see the various colors, and let's see if anything happens if we were to press and hold it. So pressing and holding it just turns it off from whatever mode or light color that's in. And let's tap on the humidity button now and tap it again. So we can see it started off at 40, and with each tap it's stepping up or increasing by 5%. So what this humidity function does allow is it will maintain a certain level of humidity between 40 and 70. So you can see as we toggle through, we can choose to maintain a certain level of humidity, and the humidifier will adjust or turn on or off to maintain that level of humidity that we set it at. So between 40 and 70. Okay, and there is a timer button as well. Let's tap on that. And let's try and get it to respond. And over there it's showing 6H, representing 6 hours. Tapping again, 12H, 12 hours, and 24 hours. A full day. So 6 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, 3 automatic turn off modes for the timer. Okay, so now just setting it further down, and I can feel that gentle breeze coming off from the top. And just checking the sides to see what it's like. So just the airflow flowing out from the top, and of course drawing in from the rear. And once again giving you a listen of this Humpun Dehumidifier. And let's toggle through the level or operating fan speeds or modes again. So that's sleep, low, and high. And if we turn it off, and back on. It always starts on the low mode. Now let's have the LED work, and we can see on the first light mode it does have a cycling or transitional mode where it cycles from one color to the next, and the rest of the modes appear to be static or solid color modes, as you can see. So now let's set the timer on 12 hours. And actually, let's test the water tank. If we were to push it out, it should automatically shut off. There we go. As a safety precaution. So let's turn it back on and toggle it to the high power mode. So on the H mode, and let's let it run automatically on the auto shutdown or shut off timer for 12 hours. Okay, so we're back after 12 hours on the automatic timer, and just take a look at the Humpun Dehumidifier and into the water tank as well, so you can see right there that it has collected an amount of water. Let's slide out the water tank from the dehumidifier. Let's push it towards the back. And to give you a look at the amount of water that it's collected. So it was running for 12 hours on the automatic timer on the high setting. Okay, so just going to close it back up. And popping the water tank back into the dehumidifier and giving you one more look at it. Now let's see if we can turn it back on. So right there, starting in the low power mode once again. And not forgetting that we've got the LEDs as well, with the automatic cycling on the first mode, and then the solid or static colors with the subsequent presses of the LED button. So once again, a gentle, cool airflow coming out from the top, with the rear inlet air being drawn in from the back. And of course, to give you a listen of the fan speeds once again, so with the operating modes, currently in the low or standard setting or normal setting, let's tap on the level button. So that's high, and that's sleep. And back to the normal or low setting. Now let's turn on the LED as well, just so you have a look at its night light function. And let's toggle through the levels again. So currently on low or standard, high, and sleep. So as I mentioned earlier, the sleep and the normal low setting makes the same amount of noise. And back to the high again. So that's a Humpun dehumidifier. Thanks for watching and happy dehumidifying.